If Beale Street Could Talk is directed and written by Barry Jenkins, and it's an adaptation of the James Baldwin novel, and it stars Kiki Layne and Stephen James. We follow Tish, a newly engaged Harlem woman who races against the clock to prove her lover's innocence while carrying their firstborn child. Now, I had never read the James Baldwin novel, but what this film is basically is a celebration of love. The love of this couple, their families for them, and of theirs for their families, and basically a community and a love of Barry Jenkins for the story. He's able to capture in this film the humor, the verve, the nuance, and the overall complexity of this story, because this film manages to be about this couple and say stuff about some very timely topics, but topics that range back to a long time ago, unfortunately. But he manages to do that and not make it exclusively about that. This story never feels like it's exclusively about something. And we follow these two characters who are great together, but I do have to give a special shout out to Kiki Layne, who just drives this film, and she floored me. She gives an astonishing performance. You should memorize her name right now. We are going to hear a lot about this young lady. She is absolutely staggering. The levels with which she has to play are out of this world good, but she is basically the one character that interacts with everyone, and her development starts from the very first scene with her family at home and when she is announcing to her family that she's pregnant. What I loved seeing in this film was not only the lives of these people, but the multitudes of lives that they basically live, the single problems that they go through, the most harsh moments that they go through as a couple, the harshest moments that they go through as a family, and the harshest moments in their development as single characters. I loved seeing it all. I loved what Barry Jenkins captured in that. And of course, most importantly, I felt for them. I understood their story, I understood their struggles, and I wanted to see them surpass it. And that's pretty easy to say, and that's pretty much what you'd expect, but the thing is that Barry Jenkins structures this film very oddly, in my opinion, which is one of my flaws with this film. Not to say that he doesn't direct this film well, not to say that the cinematography isn't gorgeous. The colors in this film are just mesmerizing. I don't know how he did it, but there's this soft focus at the edge of the frame that just gave something to this film, visually speaking. But there are times where the pacing falters and the film stalls midway through. It starts not having as much development all around, and it starts involving less of the supporting characters, which gives so much life to this film. Which goes back to the structure that I mentioned, because there are moments in this film that I wish I could see, but the movie just skips over them. There are many moments of narration where Kiki Layne just narrates a little portion of what happened, but these are moments that I wanted to see. This maybe was a movie that could have been 3 hours, and it was 2. I mean, it's not even 2 hours, it's 1 hour and 57 minutes, but there are key moments that I wanted to see, and it feels more like a tell and not show, and that's one of my biggest issues with the film. It affects the pacing, it affects the development of the characters, and it affects your involvement in the story. And where it all comes from is also the editing, the fact that we jump back and forth into different situations that don't necessarily glue together very well. It felt kind of jarring at points. The editing itself is not the problem, it's the choice of scenes that Barry Jenkins put together one after the next that did leave me kind of scratching my head thinking, why these two one after the other? I did think this was a great film. What astonishes me the most, as I previously mentioned, is the way that Barry Jenkins captures the multitude of lives. It's a film with love at its roots, both familial and romantic, and Jenkins fills it all with radiating warmth. It might feel at points like an astonishingly shot, well put together stage play instead of a film. Nonetheless, it's really effective by the end. You really get what Barry Jenkins was going for, and I'm going to give If Beale Street Could Talk a B. Now, what did you guys think of If Beale Street Could Talk? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you like it less. Let me know if you like it more. And don't forget to come back tonight for my review of Halloween, and tomorrow and Sunday, many other reviews to end LFF 2018. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I hope to see you there. And so until the next review, you stay beautiful, you stay geeky. And if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button, click the bell so you can be geeky. United!